Also on Radio 2000.
Okay, the champ is here. I thought Charles would give us something nice to say that the champ is here, because sometimes, I mean, we call everybody a champ because you respect people that box, but this was a real a champion, former IBO lightweight welterweight champion and IBF welterweight champion, former SA champion. Isaac, the angel Hlatshwayo, is here with us on Radio 2000. Great to see you, champ. Good evening. I hope you are well. How are things on your side?
No, good evening, brother, and to the listeners, and then everything's fine, man. I mean, it has been a hectic week, trying to work, keep on pushing, but yeah, but so far so good.
What are you working on? Why has it been hectic?
By preparing the preparations of the event that's coming up, and then to keep one awake, Yeah, so I must make sure that everything is in place, and then make sure that the boys are going to perform in a perfect stage.
Is that your tournament?
Of course.
Your first tournament?
This is my first tournament, and then of course, as much as that first impression, it's last, and then I'm bound to do things accordingly and make sure that I prepare things well for the boys, and then and they'll be able to perform well and make a very exciting event for everybody that will be coming to witness.
So where's the event happening then, and who can we expect? I already met a boxer this weekend. You were so excited to say he's fighting in your tournament.
It will be happening in Malamlele boxing gym, and then the most beautiful boxing arena in Southern Hemisphere. So that's where everything will be happening, and then with a wish and a hope that it's going to turn out to be a boxing hub.
You're going back home, Isaac Hlatshwayo. Back to where it all started.
It's very important to do things at home, as much as this charity begins at home. And as much as everything started there, I'm bound to give it back, to the community of Malamlele, College Chabane, Limpopo at large, and say thank you for being there for me, supporting me throughout the years, And I'm back now with the knowledge that I've accumulated to nurture the talent that we have within our communities.
And what kind of a promoter do you aspire to be? Because sometimes I'm sure you had your share of experiences, whether good or bad, with promoters. What do you want to bring to the sport as a promoter?
As much as the well-known fact that Ronnie Berman is the best promoter in Africa, if not in the world, is the one that I've been looking up to as much as he was my promoter. And then I love how we used to do things, how we used to communicate with the boxers, And like for me, never shut a door for me. And then I always, mostly go to his office, sit without negotiating about a fight, but just to talk about general life in general, And go to pick up a lot of things and get to know how to negotiate, how to deal with sponsors, all those sort of things, and how to deal with the boxers, And then I believe that it's just a matter of time that the Angel promotions cracked in, and then for the big time, And then with the hope that we're going to climb the ladder and be one of the biggest promotion in the world.
And do you have sponsors? Do you have partners? Are there people coming on board to associate themselves with one of the greatest boxers that we've ever produced in this country?
No, not at all. It's I'm just grateful and very much happy for the provincial government of Limpopo Department of Sports.
Okay.
And Limpopo Sports Federation. They came on board that I want to make sure that they want this to make it happen. It must be a success. And of course, the municipality of College Chabane, and then of course, and then I thank them for what they're doing, for the Angel promotions. Because together I do believe that this is gonna pave the way very well for our upcoming fighters, and make sure that we produce incredible fighters.
Okay. And I also read the other time that you were actually training women. In your spare time, you train women and you teach them how to defend themselves and all of that. Just tell us more about that work that you were doing, or that you are doing.
I had a gym, but it had been shut down. So now and then, doing it now and then, train more ladies, teach them how to defend themselves. Because remember, when we have to look the stance of abuse, is very high.
Gender-based violence is a pandemic in this country.
Exactly. So it's a bad thing to do, to help teach the ladies and the kids how to defend for themselves. Let it be a hobby, but when they do have to come but of course they'll know how to maneuver. And then of course one is teaching them and has been teaching them the basics, in fact,
So do you teach them how to defend themselves or how to fight back?
I basically teach them how to fight as a boxer, or how the boxers does, in fact. And of course, it's easy for them from that to apply it when they come across that.
So are you saying it was not just women, it was it also girls or even boys?
Even boys, I mean, the guys, in fact, do come and then train, and we train together and show them what they know best, and then they try to work on it, and because it's the best training ever. That
Boxing,
boxercise training is the best training ever. Because if you can take, it took the world by storm. Most of the countries around the world, they do have boxercise training, and if you want to lose weight, it's easy to lose it through boxer training. To bring back your confidence is very much easy through boxercise training.
but if you're doing such a project that is so much responsibility, did you not get any partners? Because I remember Nika Kumalo did something similar, trying to teach women self-defense and to defend themselves against gender-based violence or whatever troubles that they might come across. And the minister at the time, I think it could have been Minister Natim Tetwa, helped them with some equipment and just to start up this thing. Did you have anyone supporting you with this thing? Because I would think this department should have gotten in partnership with you.
No, not at the moment, but I'm thinking that let me go to this in Limpopo. That's where I'm preparing myself to go back and then set up a gym in Polokwane, of course, and be able to help teach our people that side how to train, how to defend themselves, and how to lose weight, because the boxers training is very demanding, like as much as I was once explained by one gentleman, when you are suffering from high blood pressure and of course sugar diabetes, when you commit yourself into a boxer's training, it turned out to be a medication on its own, and it works. So yeah, and I've seen it working for a lot of people, and I do believe that we're doing that at home, it's gonna work perfectly well.
Yeah, no, we hope so. By the way, guys, I was so disappointed when Nika Kumalo told us a couple of months later that he had to shut down the training center because now people are breaking into the gym at night and they were stealing the equipment. And this gym was set up to help women defend themselves and just to learn some boxing skills or some important skills. And he was forced to close because, yeah, they were breaking into the gym. I mean, how do you describe that? But I'm glad, Isaac Hlatshwayo, you're going back home because it's a remarkable journey, this one of yours. How do you, sometimes it's been 12 years since you retired, ne?
I've retired in 2013, and then so it's been
about
while,
there.
And then throughout those years, I've been kind of not sure what to do in boxing, what role to play in boxing. Because remember, you don't have, according to me, I do not have to do something for the sake of I'm in boxing. I took a deep thought about being a trainer. And of course being a promoter, and then I just really know if I can be in this angle of being a promoter, it will be much easier for me to make sure that I make things happen in Limpopo, I make things happen in Malamlele, and of course it will be much easier for me to pass my knowledge through the promotion, and then and as much as I'm able to pass the knowledge to the professionals right now through the communication, as much as they seek advices from me, and then I'll be able to do it to the young ones.
Was it how was it to make the transition now from being a boxer to just life after being a boxer? Was it tough? Because it's taken you a while now to start this promotion company. Was it difficult to adjust because boxing would have been the only thing that you knew?
It wasn't a easy thing to do, because I remember when I took out the license for the first time, it was 2020. So I've been knocking in many different doors, and no one was responding, So until now, the department came on board, but moving out from being a boxer and be a promoter, it wasn't easy even to hang up the gloves, man. It wasn't easy for me.
Yeah, but people were forcing you to hang up the gloves, eh? Bongani Makasela was writing a few articles there saying, no, Isaac Hlatshwayo now must retire. You were taking too much of a punishment now. Were you forced to retire?
The person that decided, no, time is up, it's Dr. Ngatan, and I thank him for that, man,
He said you can't take a punch.
And he said,
anymore.
you know what, you can't mess up with this record. You got a beautiful record, and now you are messing it up. So we cannot allow you to do this. We respect you as a champion. We love you as a champion, and we'll always admire you as a champion. So we're at the bow out now. All are still okay, you know. And then it wasn't easy, but I had to accept that. Yes, time is up.
And he was right. You agree with him now when you look back, because you have an incredible record: 38 fights, guys, 30 wins, and 6 losses. But let's put it into context, because 5 of those 6 losses were in your last 6 fights. So you were really forcing things, eh?
You know, when your heart tells you that you can still do it, and find that the body cannot respond to what you want to do. It's a challenge, and it's not to put someone in trouble. In fact, you know, and that's exactly what happened. That's why he had to step in.
Because you even lost to Kaiser Mabuse.
The man that I fought twice.
The man that you had fought.
I fought him twice. My first fight as a pro. My first defense as a national champion. So, and I thought, wow, let me. And by that time, when I fought him for the last time, I wasn't training at all. At all. I wasn't training. You know, until Keith Russ came and said, "Hey, man, it's 2 weeks to go, man. This is a fight. It's a man for nothing. You're sitting. Let's go for it." You know, Keith Russ actually took me and made me take that fight with Kaiser. Otherwise, if it wasn't for him, I don't believe that I should have retired.
Yeah, he should have retired 6 fights earlier, Cassius Baloy. I mean, not Cassius Baloy. We're going to talk about Cassius Baloy as a Hlatshwayo. But when you sit back, I mean, you speak that you are from Shisasi village. I never heard of it until we heard about you, firstly. You went on to fight in the US. You fought in Vegas. You fought in Connecticut. You fought in Australia also. Where else did you fight?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Florida, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah.
Did you think that, I mean, a boy from the village could go and be on the world stage and become a world champion?
You know, until it happens, you know, it's not easy to believe. You know, but something that I tend to look up to and believe that it works was when I see, because, you know, I used to admire, to idolize Dingan Tobela, may his soul rest in peace. You know, in my room, there were so many pictures of him, you know. And I remember there is this one article was when I went to Sacramento, USA, you know, and I said to my late brother that, you know what, this is where I want to go.
When you went to go fight Tony Lopez?
Yeah, and I said, this is where I want to go, you know. And he just look at me, but, you know, luckily grow up, and then my brother kept on believing in me, you know. And yeah, it's one of those things, man. Coming out from the village where I come from.
How was life in the village? How was it growing up?
Growing up, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. I never liked anything. As a child, I never liked anything. When I decided to go to boxing, because I remember before I go to boxing, Mr. Eric Baloy, and then he came to my parents'
Cassius
house.
Baloy's father?
Yes.
Yeah.
He came to my parents' house, and I was still young at the time. And he was told that, yes, there is me who must be taken to boxing gym because I'm a troublemaker. You know, from there, my parents, I can say they were relieved. You know, okay, I went to the gym. And when we step in the gym for the very first time, it was me and Mr. Eric Baloy. And then he said, what? I know that I'm used to more kids in the street. So I want to see what skill do we have. Here, the gloves, lesson. The lesson, the gloves. And then he have a look on his watch. And then he said, go. Start punching the bag, man. And then before the round ends, he stopped me. He said, where we stop? Where did you train before? Who taught you how to box? I said, no, I'm doing this for the first time. He said, you know what, from today, I want to hear. I don't want to hear where you went somewhere, you visited this. I want you in the gym. As young as I was.
And you stayed.
You know,
and you also enjoyed it.
It was what I love. I didn't know that when they'd take me to a boxing gym, and then I found my first love, you know. And that's why I discovered that, yes, boxing is my calling, in fact, you know.
Even after you had a fight, even after you were hit in the face, you still loved it.
You know, let me tell you something. Most of the pros or the boxers, of course, will agree with me. You know, we know very well when you step in the ring, you are there to receive a punch,
Yeah.
but you are ready. You got the courage, something that backs you up to stand up and face your opponent. You know, you are ready to take his shots, you know, and they're gonna give it back. You know, regardless of the pain or the cuts, you're still gonna go back to the gym and work and train for more fights. You know, like for me, it's a tough experience. In fact, when we have to be boxing.
So what keeps you going back?
No, because of like there is that desire, that zeal, man. You know, that bug when it bites you, it's not easy to let it go, but you cannot cure that. You cannot.
I've heard boxers, they say once they get hit in the face, the first punch, that's when they know that they're in the right spot now, because you can't describe that feeling, and you just want that feeling because you also want to return the favor. But we speak about Eric Baloyi, Cassius Baloyi's father, and I've heard you over the years during your career, Isaac Hlatshwayo, saying you want to honor this man and you want to do something for him. I don't know if you've been able to, but how do you describe the role that he played in your career?
Wow, this great giant played a huge role in my life. You know, for him, driving all the way from the township at the time and come to my village. I remember, you know, one of those days back in apartheid time. He drove home looking for me, and it was in a waste, you know, and because all these sacrifices, the effort that he put in, it bear fruits, you know. And not only me, there's so many champions, you know, that he has produced. And if you can check or speak to most, if not all, the Limpopo champions,
they came through those hands.
Limpopo former champions, all of them.
Yeah.
They loved and enjoy training with Mr. Baloyi. They love this method, his way of doing things. You know, I sometimes, and I mostly tell people that, you know, yes, I'm given the name the angel, but when I look back and reflect through my journey, I strongly believe that Mr. Baloyi is the angel.
And what was it about his training that maybe stood out for you, or that resonated with you, the way he trained?
You know, number one rule was his love for his boxers, and he was very strict. You know, he didn't want to hear anything about his boxers. You know, he loved his boxers and was able to take care of the boxers while we still young as amateurs. You know, we had the sponsor at the time. You know, even today, the amateur gym is still known as Makoma Amateur Boxing Club. You know, it has been Makoma from day one, from 90s, you know, until today. It is still Makoma, you know, because of the effort that the old man had put in. And of course, for him having the best love for boxing, you know, and then, wow, it's so amazing, man. It's so amazing, you know. I wish that after this event, the Angel Promotions can do something in his honor, and we acknowledge, recognize his contribution and the impact that has made, you know. Yes, I know very well that our president has honored him with
Order of Ikamanga, yes.
Yes.
2018, I think, President
Yes,
Ramaphosa
yes.
at that time, yeah.
So, but I believe that it's about time that we, his children, his boxers, do something in his recognition.
Yeah, but you did something. After all these nice things that you've said, Isaac, you went and you beat up his son, Cassius Baloyi, eh? And some people have never forgiven you for that. But and that fight, you know, whenever we see you, people want to talk about that, because my understanding is that you and Cassius Baloyi were very close, because obviously you were training with his father and he was in the gym. You would have grown up together at the same time. Just how do you describe your relationship with Cassius at the time?
You know, Kesh and I, man, we're very, very close. Very, very close. Very, very close. You know, and for me, being able to drive as I do now, you know, I used to copy and like how Kesh used to do. How I used to drive, you know. And we enjoy mostly like when the fights happen at Carousel at the time.
Yeah. Carnival City.
No, Carousel.
Oh, Carousel,
Yes. So he will drive that side and I'll drive there. Coming back, man, come out racing, you know, like, hey, man, you know, yeah, but...
was it like a dream because you grew up together?
Exactly.
When you went to the gym, he would have been there, right?
It was.
So at what age would you have known Cassius Baloyi?
I was 13 when I started training there. You know, so got to know him, and then of course admire his skills. You know, okay, yes, of course I used to admire Dingan.
Yes,
but
yes.
when I look at Cash, so, wow, this man, this guy, he can do. He can fight. He can fight. I wish I can learn one or two things, man. Be able to fight like him, and yeah, I've learned a lot from Cash, man. I've learned a lot. You know,
Are you like brothers?
We are brothers.
You are brothers. Even now?
Well, I was talking to him yesterday. I called him yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I called him yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm glad you guys have moved on because some of us have not moved on. So I want to take you back then, Isaac Hlatshwayo, because you were trained by Cassius's father. You knew him since you were very young, and you grew up together in boxing. Then a lot of people thought that fight would never happen, and that it shouldn't happen at all. And you were even saying back in the days, it would have been 2005, right?
Yeah,
around there.
yeah.
You were even saying before that you don't want to fight Cassius. You don't want to fight, but you did fight. How did you end up fighting against Cassius now?
Well, you know, remember, I fought against Lucky Luwele at the time. And Lucky Luwele was trained by Nick Durant. May his soul rest in peace. And before that fight, he challenged Manny with 10,000 rand bet. And he said, Manny, put your money where your mouth is. And I fought with Lucky and I beat Lucky. So it did not sit down well with him. And the only way for me getting mesmerized by his fighters was to fight against Cassius. So I fought Cash.
So Nick set it up, Nick Durant.
Of course. And then I fought Cassius, victorious.
No, but before that, apparently you were still reluctant. You didn't believe that this fight is gonna happen because you had heard that Cassius had agreed and you didn't know.
When I got to know that Cassius had signed a contract, I was passing a carousel heading home to bury my late brother. Many called me and tell me, and he said, it's fine, just go home and do what I have to do. I'm going to join that side and then we'll see what to do thereafter. It wasn't a fight that I planned or wanted it to happen. And my witness, you know, is Tunic Chavalala.
The player, the footballer.
So former Pirates player. Because when the news started circulating before my brother passed on, we went to Keisha's house, and it was me, my brother, and Tonic. And Tonic at the time was at Pirates. You know, and then Keisha said Mr. Baloyi, and then we spoke about it, and then it's, no, we're not gonna fight. And then Keisha said, no, I'm not gonna fight. I didn't challenge you. I'm not gonna challenge you. Mr. Baloyi said, no, I don't want this to happen. But it happened, you know, because of someone's greed. In fact, you know, allow me to say that. You know, but at the end of the day, and then I come out victorious, which gave me an opportunity to become a world champion.
Yeah, but the timing also, the fact that it was during the time that your brother, you were getting ready to bury your brother, do you think that was intentional, that the news was announced at that time?
I strongly believe that there is something that has been done intentionally, you know, because remember, I thought, Nick thought that he caught me with my pants down.
Because you're in mourning now.
Yeah, you know, but
sure.
You know, so it's one of those.
Okay, the rest is history. We're talking to Isaac Hlatshwayo. If you've just joined us, 0605842250 is the number where you can send us voice notes. If you want to speak to him directly, you can call us on 086 0002479. We'll continue after this break.
Tommy, do you know that winning?
Talking to Cassius Baloyi. Jeez, I keep saying Cassius Baloyi because that fight is on my mind so many times. How was the fight then, Isaac, for you?
No, the fight was very good. You know, But remember, Cash was a champion at the time in the junior lightweight. You know, and for me, gifting him, my brother, and knowing that my family was still money at the time, we just had something to console us, you know, to make us laugh, you know, enjoy and celebrate, you know. Yeah, but all in all, it was a good learning lesson because each and every fight that came along my way, it was an exam for me to learn. And I do believe that I've learned a lot from that fight.
Yeah, especially because you've known him since you were young, so you would have studied him right through. We've got a couple of voice notes here for the Angel Isaac Hlatshwayo. Let's hear them.
Good evening to you and Isaac Hlatshwayo, the boxer. Yeah, Tabi, so you keep bringing them. You're digging them from, I don't know from where. Lapo, you got one of the greats. Tabi, so that guy used to box. Hey, he retired too soon. 2013, then he just decided to stop. And Tabi, some years, I don't know why are we the only ones that can see this. Boxing South Africa is rich. We've got people that can bring the sport back to where it was. Now, they are here. Take these people and start an academy. Give them a job as Boxing South Africa to protect them. Yo, thank you, man. Hey, thank you very much. We are glad that you're still alive and thank you for coming to the show.
Okay, thanks, Mtimbana. We agree with you. Let me go to the lines. Reko has called us from Boxback. Good evening, Reko. Isaac is here.
Good evening, Tommy. So, what a great
You know the voice. Yes, yes.
that's amazing. Shout out to
Hey, Rico. What's up, bro? Fantastic, man.
Big up to you, brother.
Nah, thanks so much.
Who's this, bro? Ike, tell us.
Rico is one of the guys that have been there, you know, like there's a time where we had a one kind of house, and then when we did some rounds, and the force has been there to give us some rounds with this car, you know, not relying on one car, you know. It's a good guy who came a long way, and then yeah, it's the best guy.
That's good. Thanks, Rico. Thanks for the call. Is there anything else you want to add about Isaac? Oh, he's gone. Okay, let's play the voice note.
Good evening, Brachabiso, Shapuze, Brachabiso, and the angel, Isaac, the angel, that's why, my homeboy. Isaac, I'm happy with where we are. Brachabiso, if I can tell you the truth, Isaac, I think first week or second week to come to the gym, Malamlele Clubhouse, I was there.
Yeah.
He was underrated. With the other boxers, Asparini, Okeshazi, Bolakisambo, Willie, you know, they were beating him. He was not good, he knows. I want to make him laugh a bit. But I was surprised to that extent. I win Akesha and though, wow, Isaac, I'm proud of you, brother. Thanks, good show, brother.
Thanks. At least you can say your claim to fame is that you're in the same gym as Isaac Hlatshwayo. He mentions Philip Ndo. That's another big name that you fought and you beat Philip Ndo. Now with Cassius Balo, you've already stated that you didn't want the fight to happen, but Nick Durant made it happen. With Philip Ndo, though, you wanted him, right?
No, this is the fight that I wanted most. You know, the moment I stepped into the professional gym at Menace BRD Boxing Academy, you know, at Menace Gym, I started talking about Philip. You know, in my boxing record, it was written that for Philip, you know, by Mr. Baloy, because he said, I want them to take you serious. And this is,
and you didn't fight him.
You know, this is coming out for the first time. You know, I never fought Philip as in amateur ranks.
Yeah.
But that was kind of in my record book by Mr. Baloy, because he had so much faith, he believed so much in me, you know. Yeah, but it's one of those, man. You know, it happened. You know,
it happened after he fought Mayweather,
and it happened after he lost to Mayweather.
Yeah,
and it's what I got to use me as a rebound. You know.
Yeah.
And like I was from the fight against Patrick Malinga. You know, so Philip and Patrick fought them in a month. In a month. You know. So, I'm sorry.
Patrick retired.
Yeah, Patrick retired.
And then you beat Philip.
Yeah. So when I beat Philip, in fact, period of the fight, I still remember he said to me, I swear with my grandfather or with my grandmother, you won't beat me. And I said to him, my man, you can swear with a dead chicken or everything, that whatever. I come to you with the book of Luke chapter 1 verse 37, which says, with God nothing is possible. I'm going to murder you.
But you must pray for him first, and you must read him the Bible, and then you beat him up.
That's what I said in the press conference, in fact.
Yeah, talking about the press conference, it was a time when SABC was holding press conferences here, back in the early 2000s. And you guys started fighting at the press conference.
When you want action to happen in the ring, you need to provoke your opponent in the press conference, that's all that you need to create that hype, in fact, for the fans to come in large numbers and witness that fight, and you need sponsors, in fact. The hype brings,
and it created a lot of hype,
exactly,
because it was all over.
If my memory is well, the cheapest ticket at a time was 200 rand.
And it was packed.
And today, when I say my tournament is 200 rand, people feel that it's too much, a lot of money.
Is it true, though, at that press conference that Philip Ndo said he'll never lose to a Tsonga boy, and that's what upset you?
I think he mentioned this in one of the interviews, in fact. It's something that angered me most. And then when the fight gets close, a lot of people started calling me, most of them I did not give them my number, but well, I listened and spoke to them, and then they motivated me, but it was less than a week to the fight. My late uncle, may his soul rest in peace, they called him as the Nxumalo. He's a former prime minister of Gazankolo at the time, and when they called me, he was a member of parliament. And they said, Mzala, you know how it is, you know how to fight. I won't tell you much. We are a grandson of a warrior. You know what it takes to be a winner. Ngungunyani wasn't just a warrior, so you know what it takes to fight.
Sure.
And those words, man, coming from my uncle, and unexpectedly motivated me the most, and then I felt encouraged and asked myself. So my uncle called me, and when I broke the news to my brother, hey, uncle called me, said this and this and that.
And then you went and you beat
And
Philip.
he said, you better work very hard.
We're going to continue, Isaac. Isaac Jr. is also here. We want to find out if he's boxing or not.
Stand a chance to win your share of
Monday to Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. with Tabi Yuso on Radio 2000.
And just a reminder, there is Nedbank Cup action tonight. You can catch it on Radio 2000 Extra Supersport United up against Cape Town Spurs. Brian the Voice Mofokeng and Mark Haskins will bring us that one. We're wrapping up with the Angel Isaac Hlatshwayo, who won IBO at lightweight and welterweight, and IBF at welterweight, right? Those are big titles. IBF is the biggest one. Are those your most memorable moments in boxing?
Winning the national title first, because remember, charity begins at home. Defending the national title 5 times successfully against the best that the nation could offer at that time. It's something else, man, because it's something that gave me courage to go all out and be able to conquer the world, and will bring glory into our land. And considering that I won IBO and IBF in the welterweight division. Those are the 2 world titles which were once held by Mayweather, but nothing has been spoken about it. And the time that I won the IBF, Mayweather wasn't the champion. He never had the title at the time, So I just wish that, we can be able to produce the fighters that can go all out and be able to bring us glory. And being the only fighter, if I may remember very well, to win the national title, defend it 5 times successfully, and then win the world title, defend it and relinquish the title, move up the division as an unbeaten fighter. It's something else, but I want these young fighters today to focus more and work very hard, and of course break that record and go out and win more titles.
But do you feel you have received the recognition that you deserve for everything that you've achieved as a Hlatshwayo? Because I mentioned your records there: 38 fights, 30 wins, 6 losses. But 5 of those 6 losses were in your last 6 fights, where it was just your heart pushing you. So your record was very, very good. Has the country given you back, or do you feel recognized in your own country?
Not at all. And the most important part at the home in Limpopo, there's I think it was 17, 18 somewhere there when they recognized Philip and Cassius, and I just heard it from they got the good fans, you know. But how come they recognize Philip and Cassius and then they leave you out? I say, wow, man, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, good luck to them, you know. But like for now, being able to stand up and be a promoter, it's a blessing, and I'm happy that the provincial government came forward, you know, and then with the sport confederation, you know, and then help set up this tournament, you know, and at the same time, man, I still need more sponsors. In fact, for my event, you know, we need more sponsors, you know, to come on board.
How do people get in touch with you?
They can use my number, man. They can get hold of me, and then we set up a meeting, you know, on 071-919-6177. 071-919-6177. You know, they can call me, and then we talk, and then be able to set up to partner, you know, put some good show for the youngsters. You know?
Yeah, those who are able to assist, guys, please jump in. Yeah, here's a champion, world champion, former world champion that's trying to give back not only to the sport but to his community back home with the boxing tournaments. And I think he needs all the support. And we know we've got some very influential people that listen to the show. You never know who's listening.
Game with Hollywood Bets this soccer season. Stand a chance to win your share of over 2 million rand in prizes. Bet 10 rand or more on any soccer fixture. Get Disky Passion in the palm of your hand. Azishe. Yeah, let's play. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Okay, before we wrap up, Isaac Jr. is also here. Looks like a boxer, but I've never heard about you boxing, Isaac Jr. Do you box, boy?
No, I don't box.
You don't box? Do you like boxing?
Yeah, I do. I thought about boxing, but I'm in a journey of finding myself. I'm still in school, so I have to depend on God where He will take me. So.
And where are you studying? What are you studying?
Studying LLB. At UNISA.
Oh wow.
So yeah. I still have time to think about boxing, but right now I still have to find myself. Do I really want to do this? I know, because the moment when I just start to ask for the amateur book, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
So I have to make a wise decision.
Were you able to watch your father box? Have you seen his fight?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Since I was growing up, watching him, since I was a toddler, my dad told me that he won his title when I was turning 1 year old on my birthday.
Yeah, where I fought. The night I fought Nate Campbell.
Oh, Nate Campbell, and that's the fight. That was in Tampa Bay, in Florida.
In Florida, yes. It was on the 7th of April.
It was his birthday.
He was turning 1 year.
Wow. Yeah. And do you realize what he's achieved?
Yeah, I do. And the funny thing is that every time when he fights, coming back to home, he always comes back with a huge song.
And then you laugh. But why is he not boxing, Isaac?
Look, I've trained my son for so many years from young, in fact, you know. But when he stepped in the ring and spar, I wanted to see if I'd be able to implement what I taught him. And then he failed to give me what I wanted. I said, you know what? No, this is not for him, you know. And then I put him on and let him focus on education.
Are you happy with his career choice, studying law?
I'm very happy. Very.
And he's a good boy.
It's a very good boy, a good child, and then, yeah. He doesn't want me to be there doing no.
Yeah, he does his own thing.
No, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna follow you, Isaac Hlatshwayo Jr. What's your other name?
Other name is Nico.
Nico. Are you on social media?
Yeah, I am on social media.
Okay, well, let people find you. But thank you for being here. I hope you've realized how big your dad is and how much we respect him. Yeah, we'll never forget him. And we're going to be there for the tournament in March, Isaac Hlatshwayo. We're going to bring you closer when it's happening again, and you can give us more information. But thank you for being here, and it's great to just go back in time with you, and we wish you all the best.
It's my pleasure, man, being here and then talk about boxing, talk about my event, you know, once again. Thank you so much.
We'll talk again closer to the